Joe from BLP Racing Products here in Orlando, Florida. Today we want to introduce you to another series of our Winter Circle video magazine, in which we're going to get to know a lot of the local racers and vendors and people that make the Orlando scene work. Today we have Larry Hamby, who's a local racer in the area, does a really great job, good people. I think you're going to enjoy this show. As part of this series, we want to introduce you to definitely vendors in the area, people that build cars, that sell the product, that run the track, and we want to make it kind of get inside their head and see what makes them tick, as well as what they have to offer you guys here. This is just part of BLP wanting to give back. Last year we introduced the BLP NHRA Bracket Series race, which we felt was very successful. So as part of that, we created this video magazine to not only present, talk about BLP, but mainly introduce you to the racers and the people that are involved in our scene. There's so many great people that make this scene work. So thank you for watching, and come on in.
Hi, I'm Larry Hamby from Larry Hamby Racing, and this is the Hambone Special. My race car. I've been racing for the last 10 to 12 years. Me and my dad built this car 32 years ago, and we've been racing it ever since.
Morning, Larry. Thanks for coming out. Love the car. Tell us a little bit about the car.
This is what we call my dad's car. I have 255 Chevys. Both of them are red and white. My dad died in 2005, and I started driving it when he passed away. And it's kind of like in memory of he was a red and white guy. Everything about it. We built the car, me and my dad, with hours and hours in the garage. Had lots of help, a lot of people, Bobby Taylor, Chuck Annette, Don Billiall, just so many people helped us over the years with this car. So it's definitely a family heirloom it's Larry Hamby. This is, when people talk about Larry Hamby, they think of red and white 55 Chevy. So it's definitely a neat car and very, very close to my heart.
Was there any deciding factor that really brought you in that gave you the buzz and wanted to do the race?
I've been going to the races since I was 6 months old. At least that's what they told me. And I've been there I made my first pass when I was 16 years old. As soon as I got my driver's license, of course they didn't have junior dragsters back then, but as soon as I was 16, I went straight from the driver's license office basically to the track. Been racing ever since.
Well, obviously, no one does this alone. Obviously, racing is a team sport. Do you have a good crew of people that help you? Or?
Oh yeah, I've got so many people that help out. I've got the whole Richardson family: Bill, Karen, Billy, Carl, Rochelle. They come with me. Both of my kids come. On different bases. They all come at different times and whatever, but I've constantly, in my pit, I usually have 6 or 8 people with me at all times. So I got John, my friend John, that comes all the time. There's a lot of people that help out, and I really appreciate it.
Okay. Well, is there anything that people here need to know about you as far as yourself? Anything you like to do outside of racing? Anything? Tell us a little bit about yourself. You have kids?
Got 2 kids. Abigail's 17, getting ready to go to prom this weekend, tomorrow. So that's a big deal. We've been shopping for dresses and doing all kinds of, she said, "Dad, what do you think about this necklace?" I'm like, I don't know. If you like it, it looks good on you. So, after, outside of racing, it's hard to say, because if I'm not racing, I'm usually working on the car. If I'm not working on the car, I'm figuring out where we're going to the next race. We've got motorhomes to work on, we've got trailers to work on. We're constantly doing something to go to the next race. We race quite a bit. I race probably 30 to 35 times a year, weekends wise, and then a lot of times it's out of town. We're getting ready to go to Michigan to a race that pays $525,000 to first place win, guaranteed first place. That's huge. It's 1,300 miles one way, so we've got a lot of stuff to get ready for. So it's not that, but I do like to go. We go a lot of times and see bands play. You know that. I come and see your band play quite a bit. We got a bunch of vans, so, you know, we cut up a little bit here and there.
Well, tell us a little bit, you know, about you growing up, or do you have family? Do you have brothers, siblings, or anything?
Yes, I do. I have, I'm the only boy, so till I was about 8 or 9, that's what I was called, boy. I'm the youngest. Three sisters, Tammy, Joanne, and Sherry. They're all big, huge race fans. Tammy's getting ready to get married to Tim Takash, a huge racer in Orlando, chassis builder, works for Titan Motorsports. Then Joanne, she's the middle. She just usually comes to the track, always asking how everything's going. And then the youngest sister is Sherry. She's married to world champion Mike Ruff. She's worked at the track for 30 years. She goes to every track. Everybody calls her Mama Sherry. Anytime there's a boo-boo or you need something to eat or whatever the case is, everybody's like, where's Mama Sherry at? So she takes care of basically 90% of the pits is coming to her for a question or something. So yeah, it's a big, huge racing family. So that's definitely part of the reason why we do what we do as a family.
Obviously, you have a passion for it. We know that. You're one of those guys that's at the track every time I see you. Matter of fact, for those of you that don't know, Larry's part of our BLP test bed program. That he's one of our racers that tests a lot of our new products. It's been a pleasure to work with. He's really been good at helping us develop the BX4 Extreme and some of the components that go along with it. So he's been very good with that. And one of the reasons I think that we came into contact was Larry was a guy that was at the track, and he had one of our old carburetors, I believe. And you know, I'm watching on Facebook and I'm looking at some of the other postings and whatever. And here's a guy that's, you know, speaking positive about his experience and the companies that he dealt with. And that really stood out to me, because here's a guy that really hasn't, you know, asked me for anything, hasn't gone out and, you know, say, hey, can I get some free parts? Can I do this? But he's at the racetrack talking good about the products that he's using. And to me, that was a big deal, went a long way. And I think that's something that a lot of racers can learn, because we do get a lot of requests here for, you know, hey, I'll put your decal on the car. And I think there's so much more to it than just putting a decal on the car. It is a partnership, and it is a relationship between the two parties. And I think that he exemplified that commitment to each other, and he made a commitment to us. And I reached out to him, and, you know, said, hey, what can we do to help you? And I think it's been, ever since, it's been a fruitful relationship. And we've learned a lot through his program. And also we've established a on-site track program now where you can sell parts and so forth, you know, BLP components. And
you know, we have all the gaskets, jets, belts, squirters, just about anything that you can put on that you need at the track for a carburetor. We have that on site, so if you need anything, you know, we can do it right then. That way there you can make the next round. We can keep you going and winning. You know, that's the object of the trailer, to keep everybody going. I mean, we won a lot of big races. We've been, you know, everybody says, oh, when we see the red and white car, we know we better step our game up. So, and it's because of the people that I surround myself with, Joe and BLP. I mean, that's huge. I've got FTI transmissions and converters, Outlaw race fuels that help out a lot. All Performance Super Center, you know, people like that. You see you surround yourself with good people and good things happen.
Are there any classes or style of racing you would like to see BLP add to our sponsored events?
You know, y'all do a really great job at the track. I mean, we really appreciate all the racers that we've talked about a lot about it, and we really appreciate everything you do. The only thing that I see that I would like to do at the track would be, I see they're doing a track race this week that y'all aren't sponsoring, but it's a quarter-mile event. I'm not a big quarter-mile guy. I'm more of an 8-mile guy. So I see some index stuff. They're doing some index, but I would rather do index 8 mile, 7.0, 650, 550, that kind of stuff, and maybe the open comp or something. Maybe a little bit of that would be fun.
Yeah, we have spoken with Ozzy and Wade concerning that, and I think maybe next year we'll try to add some more of that. But they do a great job with the track. Ozzy and Wade really do a great job. Orlando Speed World is definitely a track to go to, and I think they continue. I see they concreted all the pits and add new bathrooms and all that. So obviously they're investing in the track, they're investing in the racer, which is great to see. All right, well, here's one that goes into a little bit. Who's your biggest racing nemesis? Who's the guy that you just can't seem to beat, or always gets the best?
And I've thought about this, and I even was thinking about it before you asked this. And he's a local racer, and his name is Rob Ward. I have never beat this guy. We were at a $5 race. We're down to 3-3, and I'm racing Rob Ward at Bradenton, and we leave. I'm ahead on the tree by over 100th of a second. Go down there 3/4 of a track, and the motor blows up, and I'm ahead. And I stayed in it, threw every rod out of the motor, trying to beat him to the thing, and he still got there first. He's the only guy that I believe that I've never beat.
Who inspires you, racing or otherwise?
There's a lot of people that inspire me. My kids definitely inspire me. My dad. But my kids is the biggest thing. They're so proud of me, and no matter what, I mean, my daughter, if she's not at the track with me, she'll ask, update, I need an update, and then I'll be like, 5th round, 6th round, whatever, I lost. Dad, you're still the champion. You're still the best. And my son's always there to help, and I think the kids is definitely my inspiration for doing this.
Any technical or life advice you would give to an up-and-coming racer?
Good parts, and a commitment to practice. We take this car out at least 4 to 5 times a month. Between if we don't go on a Wednesday night or a Friday night, we go to Orlando, then we double enter it so that I get twice as many passes to test. Like last week, I made 13 passes in this car because we put the new super sucker on it. We wanted to test. We had data from before, data from now. We're trying to see what exactly it did.
Sure.
So I mean, that's the thing. You got to put the time in. You got to put the effort in. That's where you get better.
All right, now we're going to get a little bit more detail about the Hambone Special, Larry's car. So Larry, let us know a little bit more what you got going on here.
So with this car, we run a small block Chevrolet. It's always been a small block Chevrolet. My dad was a small block Chevrolet guy. He was a stick shift guy. This car, when it was originally built, had a stick shift in it when he drove it. Had a Linko in it. With a clutch, you let go of the clutch when you take off, and then you just pull levers. You didn't have to push the clutch in to do that. Technically, my other car was a red white 55. It blew up, and my dad let me drive this car. The very first pass I ever made in it, I went 872 at 156, which is faster than he ever went in it. My very first time. So, but now that was a way bigger motor, now it's got an automatic transmission in it. FTI transmission, torque converter.
Well, obviously one of the parts that you helped us with and also worked with us is our belt-driven fuel pump. Great addition to this car, really works well. You're running alcohol, correct?
That is correct,
yes. We do definitely recommend usually using a belt-driven system with alcohol. We find it just simplifies some of the...
Oh, it was a huge difference. I had thousands of dollars in an electric fuel pump, regulators, the whole nine, everything you could possibly buy for electric, and it would not work. It would just not, it was not consistent. The fuel pressure was always different. Everything, well, I called Joe, told him I need help. We need, so we went to the belt pump, and instantly, Mark said, okay, when he got it, I brought it home. He said, as soon as you crank it up, it's going to go to 3 pounds. As soon as you crack the throttle, it's going to go to 6. When you go through the throttle, through the traps, it's going to be at 9. Well, as soon as we cranked it up, it was at 3. We cracked the throttle, it was at 6. The first pass I made, I'm watching it when I go through the finish line, it's at 9. I mean, it was just that, and it does it every single time. I don't never have to worry about it being different. And that's something that, you know, when you're racing, the more stuff that's the same, the better off you're.